Right, then
Most
just
of the
follow
time,
it.
it's information, and if it's all like what you get used
And welcome to the City of Quincy Board of License Commissioners meeting on April 4th at 4 p.m. Susan, can you please call the roll?
Yes. Commissioner Castley.
Present.
Director Conlon. Chief Jackson.
Present.
Chief Keenan.
Present.
Chair Crispo.
Present.
5.
We do have a quorum here, and I will read into the record the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Agenda item number 1, hearing regarding the request of the City of Quincy for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for the following events on the Hancock Adams Common: April 15th, Spring Fest; May 13th, Swing in the Common; June 3rd, Country Fest; July 2nd, Patriotic Day; August 5th, Shakespeare in the Park; September 9th, Quincy Choral Symphony Pop Concert; and October 7th, Food Truck and Music Festival. Mark Carey is here to speak on the events and tell us about what the plans are.
Anything you want to know?
Welcome, and tell us what your plans
Well,
are.
I have some detailed information, especially in the first few, up until the Flag Day celebration. But after that, we're still kind of putting together some pieces for the rest of them, although there are 2 new events that we haven't done before. One of them is the Patriotic Day and Shakespeare in the Park, but similar to everything else that we do outside. Pretty much, you know, the first event is the Spring Fest, which is on April 15th, and that is to celebrate spring with all kinds of dance music from local dance groups, along with games on the common for kids. And typically, the only all alcohol one we're looking for is that for that Hive truck again. They've worked really well with the city with us, and hopefully there's been no problem. If the river is, let us know, but for the most part, that's what we're planning on using. Nothing out of the ordinary for that one. Clean and Greener is on the following. That's something typical that we have always done. Swing on the Common is something that we've been doing the last few years. That's been a nice, successful event. We were with the Beantown Swing, Boston Beantown Swing Orchestra, with some dancers out front, and that's always a fun day. Country Fest is something that we've done the last couple of years as well, last few years. That's been very successful. Same thing with the same Hive truck. Sometimes we bring food trucks on, sometimes we recommend people to go out to the restaurants, but we found that we didn't want to take away from our restaurants, but we found that that's not the case. Food trucks have been successful as well as the restaurants. So some of these or all of these have a food truck component. We go through the same ritual for special services. They go into the trucks before and all that. Same with, I think, the health department too. We always meet as a group with someone from the police, someone from whoever's needed, whatever department's needed before, DPW, parks, and we always plan these out pretty extensively. And we're used to it by now, but that's all I have at the moment. Any questions, feel free.
Who'd you say serving the alcohol?
What's that?
Who's serving the alcohol?
It's Hive. Hive is the name of the company. The Hive truck. It's got that indoor trailer. It's kind of nice.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mark. Also, the hours of these events will be up on your website, certainly QATV and the Quincy Sun, available for anybody who's interested in these one-day events. Anyone here have any questions, concerns regarding the City of Quincy for special use permits, one-day liquor license for the events on the Hancock Adams Common? Seeing none. Board members, questions, concerns?
I just want to say I'm very excited for October 7th Food Truck Festival.
I may be playing that one too. Thank you. So we'll see. Right.
Okay, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the City of Quincy for special use permits, one-day liquor licenses for the following events on Hancock Adams Common: April 15th, Spring Fest at 6 p.m., May 13th, Swing on the Common from 2 to 5, June 3rd, Country Fest noon to 6, July 2nd, Patriotic Day, 4 to 6 p.m. August 5th, Shakespeare in the Park, 3 to 7 p.m. September 9th, Quincy Choral Symphony Pops Concert, 4 to 6 p.m. October 7th, noon to 6, Food Truck and Music Festival, represented by Not John and Paul.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Next is agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce for a special series of special use permits, one-day beer and wine license for the annual Kilroy Square Market at Kilroy Square. One-day licenses are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, beginning May 18th and going through July 22nd. And Tim Cahill is here from the Chamber of Commerce to tell us about the events.
Yes, if I could pass these out.
I just,
Excuse me, a layout of where we're looking based on our walkthrough with the chairwoman and her able assistant last week. Basically, it's similar to what we did last year. This is the second year, maybe the third year, I'm not sure, outside Beer Garden. We're moving the location slightly over to the Walter J. Hannon Parkway side of Kilroy Square, because there's a restaurant coming in that will take that front area in front of the atrium whenever it opens up. So what we're looking for is a series of one-days. I think there's 30, is that correct? Starting on May 18th and running through September 22nd. July 22nd, I'm sorry. July 22nd. And then we'll come back sometime in late June or early July to see if we can extend those and into the fall as well. As you can see on the visual, it shows where Widowmaker will be sort of starting right here. That's the other entrance to the garage on this side. They'll be setting up in here. They'll have the tap on this side and a small band or guitarist on the other side. And then we're looking for this year is to have a rotating number of food trucks. Last year we had the township, but they've sold their food truck. So I gave you a list of the trucks that we're looking for, and I'll send those to the health department with their contact information to make sure that they're either licensed or they'll get licensed. And what we're looking for right now is I think we're looking at 3 to 9 for the hours, but if I could with the board, ask for those hours to be from noon to 9 on Friday, starting on June 16th when the beer garden opens up. When the farmer's market opens up. I think I'll be back here for the farmer's market, is that correct?
No,
I don't have to come back, I just need a license for that. But what I'm gonna try this year is to have it all combined on Fridays, so people can help the farmer's market and also to bring more of a crowd, hopefully a lunch crowd to Kilroy Square on Fridays. So we've asked Widowmaker to open, and the food trucks will be there at noon on Fridays, if that's okay, starting when the farmer's market opens in June.
You want to just go with blanket?
What's that?
Do it noon to 9? Doesn't
Yes,
matter when the
yes,
farmer's market. That way
yes.
you don't restrict.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they don't anticipate opening until 3 o'clock on Thursdays and on Saturdays. And then just one other thing I want to bring to your attention too is we're going to, on Thursdays, set up the main area for a cornhole event, if I said that correctly. So the Widowmaker is partnering with a company called BBC, I think it's called, and they run a cornhole league, and they'll be setting up on Thursday evenings in that area where the benches are. The benches will just move out to the outside to try to draw a crowd. We, again, walked through there with Paul last week, and everyone seems to feel that that's a perfect size space for that. So they'll bring a crowd on Thursdays. The farmer's market should bring a crowd on Fridays, and then they have their usual crowd on Saturdays. We had a great year last year. I don't think this board got any complaints or any issues. Widowmaker does a great job, and I'm confident that the food trucks, even though we haven't used them before, they have. So we feel like they're really solid, and because there'll be a rotation this year, I think it'll bring in more variety. And then I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Great, thank you. Any questions, concerns from anyone regarding the Quincy Chamber of Commerce for a special series of one-day beer and wine licenses for the annual Kilroy Square Market? Seeing none, board members, any questions, concerns?
I just wanted to say one thing. You've done a phenomenal job at that in the Kilroy area there.
Thank you.
And, I encourage more people to go to your events, starting in May, so.
Thank you, thank you.
Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce for special use permits, one-day beer and wine licenses for the annual Kilroy Square Markets at Kilroy Square. The one-day licenses are for Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, beginning May 18th, running until July 22nd. The hours are 12 to 9, represented by Tim Cahill.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank
You're
you
all
very much,
set.
appreciate it, thank you,
Tim.
thank you.
Some good space.
Agenda item number 3, here regarding the request of the 2023 Bike MS Cape Cod Getaway for a special use permit for the annual Bike MS event on Saturday, June 24th. Riders will gather at State Street Bank and are expected to be through Quincy by 8:45 a.m. Samantha Boland is unable to attend today. There are no changes in this annual event that has been going on in the city for years and years, and no one even is out of bed, and they're already through the city. So I thought it would be okay if we went ahead and put this before the board today and hope for a positive vote. Does anyone have any questions, concerns regarding the 2023 Bike MS Cape Cod Getaway for a special use permit for the annual bike event? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns? Seeing
I know
none.
we've been doing this for a long
Yes.
time. I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of 2023 Bike MS Cape Cod Getaway for a special use permit for the annual Bike MS event on Saturday, June 24th. Riders will gather at the State Street Bank Complex and are expected to be through Quincy at 8:45.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next is agenda item number 4, here regarding the request of the Best Buddies for a special use permit for their 24th annual Best Buddies Challenge Hyannisport on Saturday, June 3rd. Riders are expected to be through the city of Quincy, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Paul Curley, welcome again.
Thank you.
Such a great event. Why don't you tell us your plans?
Well, I know I've been involved over 20 years, and it's always been a highlight. It's a 100-mile bike ride. Actually, the people that start at JFK Library start at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's 100 miles to get them down to Craigville Beach in Hyannis. We do pick up more riders along the way. At the 50-mile mark, we pick up another group, and then at the 20-to-go mark, we pick up another group. So I estimate passing through Quincy, the actual number will be closer to about 250 riders. Now, this back in 2017, before COVID and before Brady left, we were getting numbers like 1,700 riders with over 1,000 of them coming through Quincy. So it is considerably smaller than it has been in the past. But we are building back. We have more riders this year than we had last year, and we will try to keep it building as we move forward to raise more money for Best Buddies, which is people with intellectual disability. So again, it's June 3rd. It's a Saturday morning. I get great help from the Quincy Police, and I will work with the force on that as far as getting our detail officers. And that's pretty much what I have.
Great, thank you. Any questions, concerns regarding Best Buddies for a special use permit for Quincy from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m.?
I just want to say shame on Tom Brady for forgetting about the Best Buddies.
Well, he moved to Florida.
He's been
It's
kind
still a
of
fine time, he's retired now.
Maybe we can get him back.
We'll try to get this as a viral video if we get him off.
It's a great event, it's for a great cause and great charity, so I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the 2023 Bike Best Buddies for a special use permit for the 24th Annual Best Buddies Challenge Hyannisport on Saturday, June 3rd. Riders are expected to be through Quincy between 7 and 8, represented once again by Paul Curley.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations, good job.
Agenda item number 5, Hearing regarding the request of Ragner's Event LLC for a special use permit, one-day beer and wine license for the annual Ragnar Relay on Saturday, May 20th. Runners will relay through Quincy, with the exchange point being the YMCA, and finish at Swanham Point Park. Mark Dione.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good, thanks. Like to-
Why don't you tell us about your event?
Sure, the Ragnar Relay starts in Connecticut. It's a 2-day event. Teams of up to 12 people run, they take turns running all through the night. We enter Quincy, or the teams start to enter Quincy Saturday morning, the 19th. And again, they're not in a big group, they're spread out, so it's kind of like joggers. We stagger the start on Friday, so some teams start at 5 a.m., start at 5:30, 6, and so on, so that they're all spread out very. They don't impede traffic, and we don't need any roads closed. The event, the teams will transition, meaning they'll have a vehicle meet them at the Y. They'll change out their last runner, and that last runner will run to Swanham Point Park. And then at the park, we have working with the DCR, and we'll have a beer garden there. We'll have, an MC. We'll have some kind of food truck or vendors, and just kind of where the runners will finish and kind of celebrate their completion of the event.
So where does it start?
Starts in New London, or Groton, Connecticut, rather. I can't remember the name of the beach off the top of my head.
And how many years have you been doing this?
So this event it used to be the Cape Cod Relay. It would start in Hull and end in Provincetown. And this is the second or third year for this course.
Great.
Yeah.
Any questions, concerns from anyone here regarding Ragnar Events LLC's for a special use permit, one-day beer and wine license?
I got a quick question. Is this basically a permit are you gonna be drinking like up at the Rock?
It's
Like up on the platform? Is that one of the places where you could drink?
no, it's the DCR confines it to the parking lot where we have the finished festivities. We have to put barricades around that area, and it's controlled access. They require us to have.
And that's overseen by the DCR.
But the DCR requires police to be on site, and the liquor can only be served within the bounded area, so people can't just walk around with it.
So like the bottom of the hill?
No,
Like-
Marina, it's in Marina Bay.
The Squantum Point Park,
Squantum Point Park.
not Squaw Rock.
Oh, okay.
The kids will be drinking up there the night
Do
before.
whatever you want
That's
up
good.
there, okay. Go crazy.
Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Ragnar Events LLC for special use permit, one-day beer and wine license for the annual Ragnar Relay on Saturday, May 20th, or is it the 19th?
19th.
19th?
Saturday.
No, 20th, sorry. It starts at 19th, ends at
Yeah.
20th. Yeah, I apologize.
Runners will relay through Quincy with an exchange point at the YMCA and finish at Squantum Point Park. And if you need any police assistance, just let us know.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. You're all set, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Agenda item number 6, hearing regarding the request of Import Auto Works for a garage and repair license for the premise located at 678 Southern Artery, formerly Foreign Motor Works, proposed manager Gigi Chan, proposed hours of operation, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Alvin Lee. Hi, how are you?
How are you? Good afternoon.
Good, thank you. Why don't you tell us about your plans for the former?
Okay, so right now, we are operating in Braintree right now, and we actually got an opportunity to take over the business of Foreign Motorworks, LLC. So one of the purchase and sales agreement we're having now is we have to make sure that we're okay to move in or, have any issues. We gotta run everything by you guys right now. So I've been in business for about 13 years so far, so I'm very aware of all the safety regulations, all stuff. So, and what we're doing now is basically no changes to what the previous owner does. So we're basically strictly working on European cars only. So, and most likely we may just be Monday to Friday.
Okay, great.
So that's it.
Thank you. Any questions from anyone regarding Import Auto Works for a garage and repair license for the premise located at 678 Southern Artery?
So you're just moving your operation over to Quincy from Braintree, you're not gonna keep Braintree anymore?
Uh,
We're leasing right now.
Yeah, we're
Oh, you're
leasing
leasing,
around,
buying this building?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good for you.
so it's a good opportunity.
You good?
Any others? Stan fixes my car,
Oh, that's good.
so he'll be
We do
missed.
Mercedes
Oh,
too.
I'm the opposite, but I do Mercedes too, so,
Thank you, good luck.
yeah, Stan's a great guy.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Import Auto Works for a garage repair license for the premises located at 678 Southern Artery, formerly Foreign Motor Works. Proposed manager G. Chan. Proposed hours of operation Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 8 to 3 on Saturdays, represented by Alvin Luke.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all
Thank
set.
Thank you.
Good
Have a
luck.
good day.
I hope you're successful.
I'll see you.
Bye-bye. Agenda item number 7, hearing regarding the request of Panda Momas, Inc., doing business as Tu Les Jus for a common victular license for the premise located at 48 Billings Road. Proposed manager Harry Ng. Proposed hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Harry, welcome. Why don't you tell us about your plans?
So this is it's a Tu Les Jus, which is a French Asian bakery that started, having franchise locations in the country back in about 15 years ago. So it is a franchise originated from Korea. This is going to be our second location, but the first one in the South Shore. But each one of these franchises are individually owned. I mean, we serve a variety of baked goods, anywhere from desserts to handcrafted beverages. Pastries and cakes are made fresh every day, as our name Tu Les Jus, which means every day, and everything is done in-house.
Great, thank you.
So they're made on premise?
Yes.
Anyone in the audience have any questions regarding Panda Momas, Inc., doing business as Tu Les Jus for a French Asian bakery at 48 Billings Road? Thank you. Seeing none.
Just a quick question. When's the opening date?
We're targeting sometime this month, maybe towards the end, pending, everything gets set up and ready to go. Because it's a franchise, I need them to come over here and everything's got to be done their way. So they'll be here to help us set up and make sure everything's running smoothly.
Great, thank you. Any other questions, concerns regarding? Okay, looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Panda Momos, Inc., doing business as Tu Les Jus for a common victular license for the premises located at 48 Billings Road. Proposed manager Harry Ng. Proposed hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 and 11 on Fridays and Saturdays, represented by Harry Ng.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. You're all set. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Hope I'll be seeing all of you guys soon. Thank you.
Agenda item number 8, hearing regarding the request of the Quincy Yacht Club for a change of officers and directors and a change of manager for the premise located at 1310 C Street. Proposed manager Frank Lenatus. Hi Frank, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Why don't you tell us what's happening at the Quincy Yacht Club?
Well, the person that had the liquor license passed away. I'm the Commodore, basically the CEO of the building, and I volunteered to step in and put my name in for the application and go from there.
Excellent, thank you. I do see your application here. Almost everything's in order. There is one, with the exception of one thing, that I think that you had a conversation with Susan about.
Yes, that was the, I
Yes.
think when our financial secretary sent it over, she might have sent the wrong information, because when Susan said it to me, I was like, well, if she sent you the wrong insurance information, she must have clicked on something else and sent it over. I told her I was gonna call her right when I leave the building here and have her email it back over because she has Susan's email.
Perfect, because contingent on that, you know, it's not a full application and we wouldn't be able to send it in, but we want to be able to get your name on the record as soon as possible. So that's great that you plan on doing that right after you leave here. Any questions, concerns regarding the Quincy Yacht Club change of offices and directors? Seeing none, board members?
Do we
any-
need a contingency on that?
Completed
No,
paperwork
I don't
package, or we
think
good to
so.
go? Okay.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Quincy Yacht Club for a change in offices and directors and a change in manager for the premises located at 1310 C Street. Proposed manager Frank Leonatus, represented by Frank Leonatus.
Second?
All in favor? Aye, you're all set.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I'm calling her right now.
Okay. In other business today, we do have a review of the operational plan, including hours for the operation of GoPuff at 65 School Street. Steph Webb is here. Just for the record, I would like to just get hours of operation on the record, 7 a.m. to 3 a.m., 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. walk-in retail, and 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. is delivery only, and liquor sales will be 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and 10 a.m. on Sundays. Steph, thank you for coming, we appreciate it. Why don't you tell us about the GoPuff concept?
Absolutely, yes. Thank you all for having me, and I think some of you are familiar with this. I know you've seen a few folks from GoPuff, and I think some of you have even probably talked to some people from GoPuff today, so thank you. I'll kind of do a quick overview, and then please stop me at any point if you have questions. So in the universe of retail, on one side of the universe you have your brick and mortars, your Walgreens, your Dunkin' Donuts. On the other side of the universe you have your direct-to-consumer apps. They're just the technology. They don't own the products, but they're the technology that connects a consumer to a product at another store, a third-party service. GoPuff sits right in the middle. We are the brick and mortar retailer. If you've driven by 65 School Street, you can see the construction that's happening right now at our new site. This will be a walk-in retail store, but we're also the technology that connects the consumer to our products. And so, if you are walking by our GoPuff store on 65 School Street, you can walk in, you can pick up whatever you need, walk to the register, pay, and take off. Or if you are, let's say, home late from work, you realize you forgot to take out chicken breast for dinner, you can GoPuff it, and it'll get to your place in about 30 minutes. That's our operation, that's our model. So a little bit about what we have in the store. It's everyday essentials. It's the things that you would sort of have those, oh no, I forgot it moments. So it's grocery products, milk, eggs, your basics, bread. It's household supplies, cleaners, things like that. If you wake up and you have the flu, you can GoPuff Dayquil. So it's sort of all the things that you would need quickly. In some jurisdictions, we also have alcohol, of course. This will be one of them. So it really is your everyday essentials brought to you in about 30 minutes when you need them most. So that's a little bit about GoPuff. I know you just stated all of the hours. Just to reiterate that simply. So our hours of operation will be 7 a.m. until 3 a.m. We will only be open for walk-in retail from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. And per, of course, Massachusetts law, we will only sell alcohol from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m.
10 a.m. on Sundays.
Sorry, yes, except of course,
Yep.
Sunday. Yes, thank you. And I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has.
So this is an app service that you can just order your supplies and have them delivered by drivers?
Yes, yeah. So when you initiate your order, you'll actually, on the app, you can see the order will take 15 to 20 minutes, or for very busy, maybe 45 to 55 minutes. That order is sent to your local GoPuff store. An employee sees the order, grabs a scanner, walks the aisles, picks and packs it, hands it to a driver who then gets it to you in about 30 minutes. Exactly.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
This is not for a vote today. We already voted on this. We just wanted to make sure that we got the hours of operation on the record. But I would like to open it up if anyone has any questions, concerns here, by all means, or on the board. Any questions, concerns?
I just have one concern. Have you met our new liquor inspector, Paul Coughlin, yet? Folks might want to get
I look forward to
together.
meeting you. Yeah, not yet.
Get together so that, you know, the service or the delivery of alcohol is done properly.
Absolutely.
Steph, when do you plan on opening?
We are hoping to open by the end of May. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of construction happening. I was on the site today. Inside looks beautiful. So again, hopefully by the end of May. We will, of course, invite you all to join.
You won't be doing prepared foods, right?
Yep.
To go.
It's just groceries, basically.
Yes.
Yeah,
Groceries and liquor?
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Quick question,
Oh,
I just have to ask with the name, so you can go puff, alcohol, but you can't go puff marijuana?
no.
It'd be a cool name.
Bummer, huh?
So like, cause the drivers, there's only one driver that goes to the house, like in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I order food, it's a driver from your store that's picking up.
It's
the
a
food?
partner of our store, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so kind of like Instacart, kinda?
Different. I'm happy to talk more about this with you after. Instacart is what I was saying, sort of in that universe. They're the app service. We are the brick and mortar retailer.
You can go in and do your shopping as well.
We'll have it delivered.
Whereas Instacart would go to a Walgreens and do the shopping for you.
Okay, but it must cost money to have it delivered.
No, there's a delivery fee,
Okay.
but that's all included in your transaction.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool, thank
Yeah,
you.
of course. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you.
We don't
No
get-
other questions or concerns? Thank you, Steph, for coming. I
Oh,
appreciate
thank you all
it.
for having me. I
I
appreciate it.
appreciate
It's
it.
great to meet you all in person. Thank you
Good
very
luck.
much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So that does conclude our agenda this afternoon. Looking for a motion to accept the minutes from the March 21st hearing and waive the reading.
I'd make that motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Our next hearing is May 9th. We did have a meeting on April 18th scheduled, but due to scheduling conflicts, we are going to cancel that meeting. So we're going to get that out on the record today, and of course, it will be posted as well. We're going to cancel the meeting for April 18th due to a scheduled conflict, and looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second?
Thank you.
Was it the only,
Who's scheduling
was
the
the only meeting in April?